Alright, let me take the source material and turn it into a completely original, commentary-driven YouTube script. I'll deliver a hook, opinions, and deeper insight, all in a natural spoken style. Here we go. The moment the camera comes on, I'm not just telling you who Arsenal might line up with in Leverkusen. I'm unpacking the gamesmanship, the tiny tactical chess moves, and the human side of staying sharp after a brutal schedule. So, what actually matters when a team like Arsenal heads to the BayArena? Let's break it down like we're watching from the touchline, live and unfiltered. I'm starting with the big question: how do you balance rest and urgency in a Champions League away leg? Arsenal gave some stars a cheeky afternoon off against a League One side, with Raya, Rice, Zubimendi, and Gabriel all stepping back onto the training ground after a breather. Personally, I think that rest is not laziness, it's strategic insurance. If you're managing minutes of key players in a congested run of fixtures, you're not dodging risk, you're buying the chance to turn up for the real test. The way Arteta phrases it, those two are a possibility and we'll see tomorrow how we use them, tells you there's a calculated line being drawn between readiness and overexposure. From my perspective, the real drama isn't just who starts, but who's kept in the loop for the knockout phase landscape. Gabriel Martinelli's goal-scoring form in the Champions League is outrageous given the minutes he's actually started this season. 6 goals born from limited starts signals a few things: confidence in his quality, and a tactical flexibility that allows him to influence matches even when not on the pitch as a default starter. What this really suggests is Arsenal's depth chart is more robust than it looks on paper, which is exactly the kind of edge you want in the quarterfinals or beyond. Now, let's talk decision fatigue at number 10. Odegaard's knee issue knocks him out, and Kai Havertz's fitness is still a question mark. Eberechi ease? Likely the nod. What makes this moment interesting is not just the choice itself, but what it signals about Arsenal's identity. Do they lean into a creative explosiveness with ease, or do they trust Havertz once he's declared fit? My guess, Arteta will weigh the tactical texture more than the name on the back. If you want to destabilize a Leverkusen team that's likely to press high, a sharp, dynamic playmaker in that space can bend the game in your favor. Personally, I think a fresh, eager ease could unlock off-ball movement and quick, decisive rotations better than forcing Havertz back into a role he's not fully prepared for yet. Another microdrama: Ben White's absence from training and the possibility of him being unavailable adds to the puzzle. He still makes the trip to Germany, which hints at the club's desire to have him available, even if he's not at 100%. That's telling about Arsenal's risk calculus: you protect a player, you don't lock him out of a potential impact scenario. If White isn't ready, who fills that right back or versatile defender role? The options in the squad have to cover for one more variable, injury or fatigue, without collapsing the system. Let's map the projected 11: Raya in goal, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Hincapié across the back, with Zubimendi and Rice anchoring, Saka, Ease, Martinelli in the front three, and Gyökeres leading the line. It's a 4-2-3-1 shape that looks balanced on paper, but the real test is tempo management and pressing triggers. My interpretation: Arsenal are banking on starting with solidity in midfield and the pace in wide areas to threaten Leverkusen at pace. The inclusion of Gyökeres as the central striker signals a willingness to chase directness, hold up play, and a different kind of effect than a pure number 9. What many people don't realize is the nuance in off-ball roles. Even if he starts in the number 10, Saka's movement will be the key to unlock transitions. If he sits deeper at times or drifts wide to pull the centre-backs, you create pockets for Martinelli's diagonal runs. This isn't just about who's on the ball, it's about how Arsenal manipulate space while maintaining defensive balance. From my vantage point, the tactical ballet here is as important as the names on this sheet. If you take a step back and think about it, a big theme emerging is squad currency. The more scenarios you can navigate, resting star players, rotating for travel fatigue, injecting fresh creativity, the more you reduce the risk of a single bad night derailing a campaign. It's not just about surviving Leverkusen, it's about proving you've built a sustainable engine that can run deep into spring. Deeper insight: the interplay between resting players and still fielding a competitive lineup speaks to a broader shift in European football, teams designing seasons as a series of microcycles rather than a single peak. It's about building a resourceful squad with strategic game-time equity. If Arsenal can pull off a win here while keeping their core from burning out, it's a blueprint for how to navigate a congested calendar without sacrificing long-term performance. Another layer, the matchup against a dynamic Leverkusen side could reveal how Arsenal's evolving defensive shape copes with direct wingers and quick interchanges between midfield and attack. Closing thought, this isn't just about a Champions League night in Germany. It's a case study in smart squad management, in-game adaptability, and the blurred line between resting players and preserving momentum. The real takeaway is to watch not only who starts, but how the subs alter tempo, spacing, and risk. So I want to know, from you, what do you think Arteta's boldest call will be tonight? Will he step into the number 10 with freedom, or will Havertz's fitness tip the balance toward a different structural tweak? Drop your predictions in the comments and tell me which rotation you think is the strongest path to success this season. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like, subscribe for more live-style breakdowns, and I'll see you in the next video where we dissect how the tactical chessboard unfolds in the return leg and beyond.